Hey guys, so today we're going to look at specialty sets, mainly ETBs, and we're going to take a heavy focus at 151 because that has just been going crazy over the past month or two. So we will blast through a few of these. Hidden Fates to start off, not doing too much. TCG Player says it's about 180, 185. We have seen a couple sales over $200 though in the past couple weeks. So that's, potentially a good sign if you do hold Hidden Fates ETBs. Celebrations up 7.26% on the month. If you look at the year chart, it still really hasn't done too much, up 1.59%. Champions Path, again, not doing too much, sitting around that $100 mark, and up a little bit more than that on the 1 year chart. But yeah, over the past 6 months or so, hasn't been doing too much. Shining Fates, up 2.79% on the month, sitting around $50. If we look at the 1 year chart, up 20.32%. This is definitely a good sign. That Shining Fates is, trending upwards. It means that most of this is, kind of moving out of retail now. Over the past year, it's much more difficult to see this in stores like Walmart. Crown Zenith down 2.15% on the month. Obviously, I think most people realize now that there was a lot more Crown Zenith out there than I think most of us expected, myself included. The booster bundles are now available. They might be sold out of making this video. They might not be, but they were $31.99 Canadian on the Pokemon Center, so whatever that will be for you guys in USD. If you want to get some booster bundles, that's probably the way to go at the moment. Shrouded Fable, $30.27. Again, this set, pretty new set. Doesn't have a ton of very special, interesting cards in it. You have the Cassiopeia SIR, you have the Pheasantipede EX, which is worth a bit more than that at this point. And then you have, I believe, the Earthen Vessel or something like that, the gold card. That is actually the most expensive card in the set right now. So again, nothing really surprises me here. Paldean Fates up 7.75%. Part of this obviously is going to be the Mew EX taking off, which we will look at here in a minute. And also probably just piggybacking a bit off of 151's success. And now to get into 151, the booster bundles. If you guys had access to these at Target and Walmart in the States, and you can get them for $28 all day over the past 6 months, I'm super envious of you guys being able to get these at a decent price. And, these are $50, $51 at this point, up 27% on the month. If you look at the year chart, still up about 27%. But, definitely since, around March, these things have steadily been climbing, which is a good sign to see. The UPC is $191, up 48.84% on the month. I remember making a video when these were about $120 and saying that I wasn't going to buy them at that price. But yeah, this is, up, 50% since then, even more. So just crazy. Look at the 1 year chart, up almost 100% there. The 151 ETB is just the regular ETB, almost $100 at this point, up 16.5% on the month. And then you have the PC version of the ETB sitting around $226, guys. $226, up 50% on the month. Obviously some of these have been bought out. So again, I don't think these prices are, I don't think they're wrong, but I also don't think that they're an accurate representation of what some parts of the market would value these at. So it's going to be interesting to see over the next 6 months or so where some of these things land. I imagine it won't affect sealed product as much as some of these cards. For example, the Charizard, obviously the big one, up, according to this graph, 75% in the past month. Obviously, this is a lightly played holofoil. When we go into, the data and look at the most recent near mint sales, $200, $230, $200. You had some lower sales here, $185, but, $222, $200. So it's between $200, $230 right now, the Charizard EX. Blastoise EX sitting around $75, up 46.8%. according to TCG Player on the month. Most recent sales near mint $64, $65, $80, $71. So it is in that range. And then finally the Venusaur up 32.29. This is lightly played, however. And when we look at most recent sales, obviously we had a low one here, $46.42, but then you have, more normal sales, $80, $70, $78 for a light played, $70 for near mint, $74, $86 from yesterday. So the Venusaur Blastoise are in that $75, $80 range currently. And then finally, I just want to look at the Mew EX from Paldean Fates. This card, I did make a couple of videos on it, covering the specialty sets, and I did say when it was around $90, I thought it was a bit undervalued. I wouldn't be surprised if it broke into the hundreds. So this doesn't really surprise me. Obviously, the rate at which this has taken off does surprise me, but this is a very unique artwork. It's obviously a fan favorite Pokemon. For a lot of people, I'm sure this was more of a no-brainer than I thought it was. When these were in the PSA 10s were about 300, 350 Canadian, I thought about buying some. I didn't. The most recent sales, obviously, and the lowest listed right now for these in PSA 10 is about 670 Canadian, and that's before taxes and shipping. So about a 700 Canadian card right now on eBay, which is, obviously double what it was a couple months ago when I was thinking about buying them. So I regret not getting into that, but hey, it is what it is. Hopefully you guys got into some of these cards. Hopefully, I mean, I know a lot of you guys did buy 151. You're super bullish on this, so congrats to you guys. I'm sure you're doing very well, especially if you have the PC versions of the ETBs. And if you're sitting on a lot of UPCs, I'm sure you're doing quite well also, especially if you got these at like $80. I know even recently, like a few months ago, you could still get these for around $80, $90. I believe it was at Walmart in the US. Correct me if I'm wrong. There was a big third-party seller selling them on there. So I'm sure a lot of you guys did well. But yeah, again, 151, great set. Absolutely popping off. Some of these other things, not so much, but that's okay. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this update. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for liking the videos. I've seen a couple of you guys using the affiliate codes over the past couple months. I haven't really promoted that too much, but I know some of you guys are still using it. So thank you. I really do appreciate it. If you're shopping on eBay or Hobbiesville, if you want to just click the link first, and I get a small kickback from it. Easy way to support the channel. With that said, thank you guys so much for watching the video. Stay safe wherever you're around the world, and I'll catch you in the next one.